What's going on, guys? It's Kyle here, and today we're going to talk about, do you need your real estate license to get into real estate? I'm also going to tell you how much money I actually made with my real estate license back in 2019. But first, guys, if you didn't watch my last video, I told you about the very ambitious goal I have of hitting 10,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of 2020. Is that going to happen? We'll see. Probably not, but you know, I'm shooting for the stars. So anyways, guys, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so I broke down some pros and cons of having a real estate license, but first, I think a lot of people think that to get into real estate investing they need their license, and that's wrong. You do not need your real estate license to invest in real estate. You can easily use a realtor, call them up and look at houses or apartments or whatever. So that being said, let's jump into it, and I'm going to start off with pro number one on why you should get your real estate license, and that is speed. So if you are in a very competitive market, you probably already know this, that when a good deal pops on the market, a good house pops on the market, if you're not there within maybe hours, you're probably not going to get that deal. So things are flying off the shelf right now. It's definitely a seller's market, meaning if you list your house, you're probably going to get, you know, above price offers. You're going to have a lot of buyers there. So that being said, it is so important that you have speed on your side. If you don't have a real estate license and you're maybe looking at different single family homes, you've got to call up your realtor, you've got to work around their schedule before you can actually go see that house. And most likely they're already working with, 15 other clients. So very unlikely that within, half an hour they're going to be able to show you that house. All right, the second pro I would just say is freedom. You have the freedom to look at as many houses as you want. Now, yes, typically a realtor is not going to charge you to go look at houses. However, if you're an investor, most likely you're going to want to see a ton of different houses, and you're going to be bothering that realtor probably multiple times a week. Me being a realtor, I'll personally say that if I'm working with an investor and they're asking me to show them 20, 30 houses before they're buying one, they're a waste of my time. I would rather work with first-time home buyers, to be honest. So most likely, you're gonna have a hard time finding a super investor-friendly realtor who's willing to show you 20, 30 houses. So pro number two is freedom. All right, now pro number three. This is probably my favorite, because without making offers, you're not going to get good deals. You can't be afraid to make offers even if they're low. So number three is the freedom to make more offers. I already used the word freedom, so let's not use freedom. Let's just say unlimited offers. So again, a realtor is working for free until they actually get a house closed. So technically, if they're writing up an offer for you, it's for free. However, once again, if they're writing up 20 or 30 offers for you before you're buying a house, there's no way they're going to stick with you. I can say that pretty confidently. So if you have your real estate license and you are targeting single family homes, small multifamilies, things like that, you can put in unlimited offers. There's no rule on how many offers you can put in. And if you're doing it yourself, the only thing you're out is probably 25, 30 minutes to actually write up that offer. Now, I didn't actually have this written down, but I just thought of it, so we're going to call it pro number four, and that is education. So after I became a realtor and you go through all the schooling to do it, you definitely acquire a lot more knowledge about how the industry works. You understand the process very well. I've worked with many clients, and so I understand, how does the whole home buying process work? After we sign the contract, what happens with inspections, appraisal, and all that. So, once I became a realtor, my knowledge just grew, very greatly. So I would say it's another pro of getting a real estate license is just simply the knowledge that you're going to gain by doing it, by working with clients, by working, even for yourself. So that's something you might want to consider. Even if you don't plan to work with clients and you just plan to, submit offers for yourself, I still think studying all the material they give you is good, and it really helps open your mind to how real estate works. Okay guys, I'm sorry, I thought of one more. So number five, there's a lot more pros than I thought. So number five is learning to negotiate. I have negotiated with for clients many times now, and so every time I do it, I hone my skills a little more. So I'm gonna say that's a pro. It's just learning to negotiate. That's huge in real estate. Negotiation is everything. I just won the 12-unit property that I bought. I won that even though my price wasn't the highest because of the way I negotiated and my terms and my offer. So number five is negotiation skills. All right, now let's get into the cons of having a real estate license. Once again, a lot of people have the wrong idea about your license. You don't need it to be an investor. You can easily call a realtor, and they'll probably be happy to help you unless you're asking them to show 20 or 30 houses. So I'm going to say the con number one is a distraction. So having a real estate license, working with clients, you're definitely not it's hard to be a focused person when you have your real estate license, because if you've got 3 or 4 or 5 transactions going on at once, you've got lenders, you've got appraisers, you've got inspectors, you've got all kinds of different people calling you with questions. It's hard to not grab a phone call really quick when maybe a new buyer is calling because they might want to go look at a house. So I have found that it's hard for me to be super focused on my investing when I have my license, because I've just got all these people calling me, asking questions and needing things immediately. So that's number one, is distractions. Okay, number two on the con side is going to be MLS fees or other fees that you're going to have to pay. So in my area, I have to pay an association fee, MLS fee, just my local area, which is like $700 a year. And then I also have to pay the state to have my license as well. So there's multiple fees you're gonna have to pay. And then depending upon what office your license is held at, you're also gonna have to pay into the office as well. So I don't have it added up. I should have done this before the video, but I'm sure I pay $1,000, $2,000 at least in fees throughout the year. So that's something to consider. If you're not really going to use your license, it's probably not worth it. All right, and the third con I'm going to say is disclosures. So if you're a real estate license, if you're a realtor, pardon me, you will have to disclose that you are whenever you're talking to someone about real estate, or if you are submitting an offer. So, a lot of times I'm making phone calls to, a mobile home park owner, an apartment building owner. Well, when I get them on the phone and I start telling them, hey, I'm interested in buying your apartment building, I have to disclose to them that I am a realtor. Because I guess because I'm more of a professional than maybe they are in the real estate space. So I guess the rules was probably designed so that realtors were not taking advantage of people who didn't know much about real estate, because I am deemed a real estate professional. So maybe I know a little more about real estate than most people, which you could argue that fact. But long story short, you've always got to disclose. I've even got to disclose on for rent signs that you stick in the yard. I've got to say for rent by realtor. Once again, I think it's mainly designed so realtors or real estate professionals do not take advantage of people who don't really know much about real estate. All right, guys, just to summarize all of that, I would say you just need to look at your certain situation you're in. For me, I like having my real estate license because I'm looking at a lot of little properties here and there, and I really enjoy looking at homes and just walking through them whenever I want. So it's been really great. However, if you're someone who's gonna get straight into big apartment investing or maybe mobile home park investing, it's definitely not necessary. You do not need it. So I'd highly suggest you maybe steer clear of doing it, because like I said, it can be a distraction. You've got MLS fees, you've got to disclose, so you maybe really don't need that. So I think it can really benefit you a lot in depending upon your situation. So just run back through my pros versus cons and make a decision for yourself. All right, guys, so how much money did I actually make in 2019? I got to preface the story with a few things here, so bear with me. So I got married in June, and so I worked from about January to May with my real estate license, and then I took the rest of the year off from selling. So I had about 5 working months with my real estate license. Now, another thing I got to say is, remember, I'm an investor, and I am an investor a majority part of the time, and I only work as a realtor probably 30-40% of the time. So this number is probably not going to be near as high as you think, but I made about $42,000 with my real estate license in 2019, which is really nothing. However, it's a nice little added I don't know what to say, coin in your pocket, whatever. So again, I was probably working 30-40% of the time during those 5 months of the year before I got married, and that's what I made. Another thing you got to keep in mind is, what is the home prices in your area? So the home prices, the median home price in my area is $130,000. So you got to sell quite a few of those to make the same amount that you might make if you're in a market where the house is worth $350,000 to $400,000 on average. So that's something to keep in mind. Again, I don't regret having my license. That extra income is definitely helpful. Once in a while you might get a check for $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, and that's awesome. But my main focus is on the investing side, so I'm not very focused at all on selling. And actually in 2020, I've sold maybe 2 houses this year already. I shouldn't say already, it's all, you know, the end of the year is coming up very quickly. So the real estate license is just more for my own use, like when I want to go look at a property to consider buying. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Hopefully it was kind of insightful, help you maybe make a decision on if you should get your license or not. So if you haven't already, hit the like button. I hate asking that, but anyways guys, thanks for watching and we'll talk to you in the next one.